Streaming giant Netflix says it lost nearly 1 million subscribers in the second quarter of 2022. That's according to the company's second quarter earnings report released Tuesday. Netflix had expected to lose about 2 million subscribers. For more, I am joined by Michael Pachter. He's a managing director at Wedbush Securities, a wealth management brokerage and advisory firm. So, Michael, you have been a bear for a while on Netflix. So explain your view about what Netflix faces now relative to your dim view of its prospects in the past.
My past view lasted for 10 years. So, for 10 years, I thought they were approaching market saturation. I obviously missed badly. I thought they'd peak at about 25 million subscribers. They tripled that in the US and then obviously expanded internationally. But the things I thought would happen actually did happen. They just happened much, much later. I thought that streaming would attract competition from the guys who own content. So I thought, Viacom CBS would launch a Paramount Plus product. Disney would launch Disney Plus, Peacock, coming from Universal. And it just took 8 years longer than I thought. So Netflix kind of built an insurmountable lead over these guys. They are kind of the McDonald's of streaming. They offer a lot of calories for not that much money. They're not a steakhouse. That's HBO. The rest of you guys are probably somewhere in between, more like an Applebee's. But it's going to be hard to knock them off their perch. And I think that the subscriber loss was really more of a function of the price increase that they implemented in January. They lost 1.3 million subscribers in the US. So more than all of their loss in the June quarter was in the US because of that price increase. And I think they have visibility now. It's moderating. It's kind of probably reverting back to growth.
Did you just call me an Applebee's? I feel like I should offer you a blooming onion.
There you go.
So, Michael, your point about competition and that's not obviously going to go away. So what do you make of these? Well, let's start with two of the things Netflix has said it's going to do to try to improve things. One is password sharing. How much of an impact do you think that'll make on its bottom line?
I think they're probably likely to emulate the model we've seen from cell phone providers. I have a T-Mobile plan at $75 for the first line and $25 for each additional line up to 10. So I think what they're probably going to do is say it's $15.49 for the first household and another $2 or $3 for additional households. And we'll feel good about sharing. We won't be stealing. They'll increase the amount of revenue they collect from people who have been stealing signals. And I think in the long run, everybody feels good. That's kind of what Apple did with selling songs for $1 a piece. They kind of wiped out piracy. So I think that's going to work. That's not going to happen probably in the US for another 6 months. They're testing it in Latin America to make sure they're doing it right.
And then the other, and these questions are interesting, not just with respect to what Netflix is thinking about doing, but also it gives us some understanding of what the market can bear and what people's behavior patterns, how they've shifted. And so another area is ads. Microsoft is partnering with Netflix to have ads on Netflix, which was its great quality that it didn't have ads. So what do you think the impact will be on customers there? And can you make any larger claim about what you think customers' tolerance is for ads, and has that changed?
Well, remember, it's an opt-in program. So anybody who doesn't want ads can pay full price and never see an ad. They're probably going to cut the price about in half, I'd say $7 or $8 a month, plus probably somewhere around 8 minutes an hour of ad support. And we've seen that with Hulu, and it works really well. Hulu collects about $10 in ad revenue. Everybody watches ads when they watch YouTube, and nobody complains about it. So I think that as long as customers aren't forced to watch ads, they can opt in. And I think it's really more of a retention tool. I think that as people try to trade out of Netflix and sign up for Paramount Plus, Netflix will hit them and say, well, wait a minute, why don't you trade down to the ad-supported tier, and you can have 2 subscriptions for the price of 1. I think that's really what's going to happen.
And finally, Michael, what's your view about the general menagerie of streaming services and kind of how things are going to shake out in this next period for Netflix and all the other competitive services out there?
I really think the biggest flaw right now is it's impossible to remember where everything is. I kind of know Yellowstone is on Paramount Plus and Westworld is on HBO, but I was trying to tell somebody to watch For All Mankind, and for the life of me, I couldn't remember if it was Hulu or Apple. Remembering where things are is tough. Search is tough. And then we've got these services like AMC Plus and Discovery Plus. Who in their right mind would pay for that? And again, Warner Discovery tells you want to pay for that. I think you're going to get all of these different services banding together and bundling. And frankly, I think you're going to see people bundle with cable subscriptions. So it'll be more like HBO on Comcast, and yet you'll be able to access it on streaming. So ultimately, I think we have to have consolidation. I'm really curious to see what happens with Hulu, because that's Comcast and Disney. Let's see if they split that up or they put that on both services and get rid of Hulu standalone. But that's coming, I think.
Back to bundles. All right, Michael Pachter, thank you. And I should let our viewers know that if you would like to receive this broadcast, you can sign up for the CBS News app. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're streaming CBS News.